Prime Minister, thank you so much for joining CNBC.
Thank you.
I want to kick off by asking you just specifically about the London Initiative. What can we expect going forward from Jordan?
Well, this is an opportunity for Jordan to say, look, we've had a decade in a tough region where we've had one shock after the other, whether in terms of oil, refugees, closure of border. But we're now moving towards a very different trajectory, which is all about growth, about opportunities. And we really would like to thank the UK for hosting this event and convening more than 60 countries and organizations and investors in looking at Jordan as an opportunity in a tough region, but that has, whether it's in reconstruction, export of services, exports of goods to the region, fantastic trade relations we have. It has been a wonderful day.
Walk me through what happens over the next 5 years, because obviously this is a global coalition. You have strategic partners, not just internationally, but regionally as well. All of this, of course, a prime target for Theresa May's government. Are you worried at all that given all of the political pushback she's facing within the UK, that could potentially derail all of the good that she's trying to make sure happens for Jordan?
Not at all. I think there's a historical relationship between the UK and Jordan that goes back 100 years, and we've been partners through good times and bad times, and so this is the UK being there for us, and we're very confident that this is something that we can build on because Jordan has been able to make its case in terms of the fiscal measures that we have done to stabilize the macroeconomy, the reforms we have made to make the private sector much more dynamic, to lower the cost of production, especially electricity, by moving towards renewables, and really taking full advantage of our talented young population, highly educated men and women who are speak both languages and very tech savvy. So we very much appreciate what the UK is going through in terms of the Brexit negotiations, but we realize this is something that's happening in spite of all of that, and we appreciate it.
When you think about what's going to happen next in terms of the regional situation for Jordan, there's a lot of conversation about the rebuild of Syria, for example, and the potential for Jordan to be a base,
Yes.
not just for regional companies, not just for Jordanian companies, but also, of course, for international companies as well. Give me the sell there.
Well, what has started already is the very close cooperation with Iraq. Iraq is a country we've had long strategic relations with. There are a lot of Iraqi investors who are in Jordan, who moved to Jordan the past 30 years, and we've reached an agreement with the Iraqi government on a number of fronts, including logistics, trade, industrial zones, export of oil, Iraqi oil, connecting our grids, electricity grids together. So the momentum is quite substantial, and we really see the reconstruction process of Iraq as being an opportunity for both countries, which have historically had great relationships. So that's just one of the stories that we have about where Jordan is going. For the Gulf countries, we're very well positioned to export services and provide business process outsourcing, health tourism, higher education, all sorts of services that accounting, legal services, etc., that the Gulf would rather have be done remotely from neighboring countries and is much more efficient doing it that way than having it local. So opportunities are great.
And finally, sir, when you take a look at what's going to happen next, you have 5-year economic matrix stability and a lot of support from the international community in terms of the debt stabilization. How important is that for Jordan?
It is very important. Well, we have on our side partner countries and the IMF, we're all looking at the same numbers and realizing that it is important that the debt service that Jordan has to pay be stabilized. We're seeing eye to eye on that happening and who needs to help Jordan do that. And it's quite useful to have the IMF now make that case on behalf of Jordan to donor countries to say, look, Jordan has incurred debt that is none of its own fault. This is the result of regional shocks that Jordan had nothing to do with, and it is time to reduce that debt burden on Jordan and to focus on growth of the economy. So what's wonderful about today is everybody's talking the same language. We all have the same diagnosis of the situation, and we all see the tremendous opportunities that Jordan has to present.
So an incredible amount of commitments coming out of the London Initiative today, but one thing that could derail some of this excitement is, of course, the security situation. And my question to you would be, in terms of that security situation, many people say that Daesh, for example, ISIS, has not been totally defeated. Maybe the caliphate has been defeated, but they say that the seeds are still there. What are some of those challenges that you see on the horizon?
Well, these are problems that exist, frankly, outside the borders of Jordan rather than inside.
But they do have an influence.
But the real solution, if you will, of this phenomena in the region is empowerment of our youth through economic opportunities, engaging them in both social and political empowerment, etc. So that the youth of our region, and Jordan included, and His Majesty the King Abdullah has been emphasizing this again and again. We need to empower our youth, and the only way to do it is to go towards investment, growth, job creation, and involving them in deciding the future that they will one day be taking over.
Prime Minister, thank you for joining CNBC.
Thank you, Heather.
Hi, I'm Joanna Bersecci, and thank you for watching. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more from CNBC International. Thank you for watching.